again, listeners. Welcome back to Trading Tales podcast here at Nordic Funder. Today, we're thrilled to welcome Abdul, a seasoned trader, educator hailing from Long Island, New York. He has a smart money strategy and intraday style. Abdul brings his motto, no risk, no glory, backed by an impressive $900,000 in funding from prop firms. So, Abdul, how are you? Let's
I'm
start with
good.
that.
I'm
Good.
good. Yeah.
Good. Are you ready for the new trading year?
Hey, yeah, I got goals. A lot of goals to achieve this year. So, yeah.
Nice. How excited are you about the forthcoming year, taking into consideration all that you've achieved before on a year-by-year basis? What sort of goals have you set yourself for this year?
This is what I call the seasoned year. So last year was more of a molding year where I was finding my edge in trading. So this year would be more so my seasoned year where I know what A plus setup looks like in my eyes using smart money concepts. So now my goals would be I've withdrawn about 16K from last year for the last 4 months of the year, so August to December. So now what my goal is to withdraw up to 100K this year. So now I know what my A plus setups look like and everything. My trading history from last year to this year are completely different. So now I just want to see how far I'm gonna go. Like I don't really have a number. Like 100K is in my mind, but at the same time, it's like if I get there, I get there. If I do it the right way, then
Yeah. Awesome. That's great. Okay, so can you share with us a bit about your trading journey? What initially brought you into trading, and how do you go from that to where you are now?
The same old ritual. iMarkets Live, IML.
Yeah.
Same ritual. You can't guess how that went. I mean, I always tell people. I know some people bash the company, but I'm honestly grateful. That I took the risk to even start something there because I was interested in different ways how to make money. I just didn't know how. So I looked at trading right there, and I couldn't believe you make money in the app. But it blew my mind. I was like, "There's no way! Like I gotta see this for myself."
Yes,
So
great. Could you possibly describe your most memorable breakthrough moment?
most memorable breakthrough moment I would say is when around this time last year. I always tell this story. This is on I have two profit interviews. I tell this story in every profit interview I've been on, so I'm gonna tell it here too. Last year around this time I lost 10 trades straight in a row. Right, painful. But when I reviewed the history and my mentor is Ron. Pretty sure you know Ron. So I reviewed it with him and then compared it to his history. He had about 2 to 3 solid trades. He said, "Look at the difference between my trades and your trades. I'm taking A plus, and you're taking F, D, C at the very most." And I said, okay. So I took that. It's good to journal your trades. Like I'll never forget. It's good to journal your trades. Like when I look back and it said why I was just forcing trades, entering at different times of the day, not following time and price theory, and that's really what it came down to. So when I minimized my trading that next month was my biggest trade I ever seen in the challenge, like where I seen my first time seeing over 10K in the challenge. So it was just taking A plus setups that look A plus, identifying what A plus looked like, and eventually it led to a huge breakthrough coming that May because I got through the flow of it. Once I found the flow, I never forgot it. So once I found that flow, it was smooth sailing. Like I would still fail accounts, but it was very minimal.
Yeah, great. That's great. That's awesome. Yeah, I feel like it's just about taking the best setups, the best quality ones, not trying to trade every day, not forcing it. And that is it's easier said than done.
Exactly.
You know
it
what I
takes
mean?
time. It takes
Yeah,
time.
it takes time. It's like anything, it takes time. That's awesome. I'm glad you're in the flow of things now. So what's the largest payout you had, and what was the one you were like, whoa, okay, here we go?
My biggest payout's only been about 3K, but I keep a consistency rate. Like
Consistency. That's the key thing. That's the key thing.
it's not about the number. It's just consistency. Like how consistent can you bring in? You bring in a percentage. Like I was bringing in a consistent of 2 to 2.5% of payouts every time.
That's all you need. So is there some big companies as well that like the big banks, they're only making like 5 to 10% a year. So if you put that into perspective with
Exactly.
retail traders. Like, if you do for yourself, you're obviously doing quite well. So yeah. So what key lessons have you learned about adapting strategies to different environments? Like, and how would you help traders prepare for like market fluctuations?
They gotta understand what time of the year it is, so everyone knows like there's 4 quarters in the year: Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. This is why I said last year was like my molding year. I got to finally visualize, understand what quarters of the year are good and which ones are like not bad but meh. So
Yeah.
I would tell traders like the best time to learn trading is probably Q1, like Q1, Q4, because those are probably the worst periods. You want to learn what it's like to be in the market in the worst state. Because if you can get through that, you're gonna have the mental state to see the best setups in Q2, Q3.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Understand. That's great. If you could prepare yourself mentally for going on a lost streak, getting used to that,
Exactly.
then you're gonna smash when it's good. You're gonna smash
When Q2, Q3 come around,
it.
I won't
Yeah.
say you won't lose. Obviously, you're gonna still lose. But if your edge, you have a strong edge background,
Yeah.
you should probably be more profitable than what you're losing.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. So I know you've got a bit of a mentorship program, which I think is very, very fairly priced compared to some of the other ludicrous figures that I've seen floating around on social media and various other outlets. How long have you been teaching?
So I've been teaching since this October. Hasn't been too long. All right, October, November, December. It's like four going on 5 months. It hasn't been long at all.
Nice.
Oh, I don't really market it too much. It's kind of like if you want to.
Yeah, I've noticed that you don't push it. You're just like, if you
No,
want,
like
if
at
you
first,
want
at
to learn,
first I
I'll teach you.
at first I pushed it for like a month or so, but it gets tiring. Like it gets
Yeah,
tiring. Kind of like if you find me, you find me. Like if you don't, I don't really care. Like
yeah, cool.
because everybody in my mentorship knows like my stuff is so self-explanatory. I haven't really had anyone really request a one-on-one.
Right, okay.
Everybody's very kind of independent. If they really need help, they know they can reach out to me. I answer pretty fast.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
And
it was the same when I was with Ron, like in the past, like a couple of years ago, and he did like hours of one-on-ones with me for nothing essentially, and like nothing at all really, like $20. And I was like, right, okay. And then he got me on the right track, and then I could see myself actually progressing because when you first go into trading, there's always the BS that's support and resistance and trend
yeah,
lines and
yeah.
RSI indicators and like moving averages and stuff, and that for me just like personally doesn't work. Although I will say that Q Banks is I ironically he's probably the GOAT and he uses trend lines, so like
Everybody has their own like.
yeah, I mean you can
Um,
make it, you must be able to make it work somewhere, but I just as soon as I got onto that, after 1 week I was like, this is not it. Next I was like, no way, I'm
like
gonna find something else. So
you gotta find what works for you. Like
yeah, exactly. How
obviously,
many students do you have in your mentorship program?
I only have about like 23 students.
That's cool. So you can keep kind of track of it. Do you like teaching as well, or?
Yeah, I enjoy it. Like we hop on Zoom every week on Monday. Usually do a weekly
Oh, you
outlook.
do like a live trading? Yeah, nice.
Not live trading, really. In a sense, it's a weekly outlook where I expect to come this week. What I see in the market, where do I see price going in order to create the higher low of the week, according to ICT profile, weekly profiles. If you know
Mhm.
about, you know about that.
Yeah.
Basically, that's what I do with them. And but they tell me they don't nag me, but they kind of nag me as like a joke to ask what time am I doing it. You
Yeah.
to play around me kind of. But they tell me like it helps them get ready to what they expect to come this week. So when it happens, there gives them confidence that like okay, I'm seeing what Abdul sees, and I want to enter this trade with him if he calls it. If not, I think I'm gonna take it anyways. So
Yeah.
that's what makes me do it every week.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. What's your trading plan when it comes to prop firm trading? Like, do you have like a backup plan? Like, so do you have like two live accounts and you flick the one on if the one's not going so bad? Like, personally, that's what I've
Um,
done in the past.
for passing or for live account, which one you asking for? There's two different ones.
For prop firm accounts.
So for prop firms, I have two different models. I call one the conservative. I call the other one the aggressive.
Yeah.
The conservative is more beginner friendly.
Yeah.
So what I tell people is their first trade has to risk 1%.
Right.
Right. You're gonna keep risking 1% until you're above your account 2%.
Okay. Yeah. That's
So,
cool.
and your first trade, you want to either, depending how you feel about the trade, if you want to get that one trade on your belt, go for the 1 to 2. So if you're up 2%, what you're gonna do is, this is not real money. People need to get that to their brain. So don't be attached to the money that you invest into these prop firm accounts. That's why
Yeah.
what people need to understand. Once you get that, you're gonna look at it differently, right?
Yeah.
It takes money to make money. So what you do is take that 2%, right, and risk 2%, right? This is where I lose people because they go risk 0.5% after this. Doesn't make sense. You
Doesn't make
risk
sense.
you
No.
risk that whole 2% to make 4%. 1 to 2 again. See how that works? 1 to 2
Yeah.
again. Now, if you lose that trade, you're back to break even. Nothing happened. You're back to break even. If you
Yeah.
win that trade, you're up 6%. And now guess what most firms are 8% first phase. You have what 2% left. So guess what you're gonna do? A 1 to 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah.
A
Makes
one
sense.
to one. Exactly. So in the world where let's say you start losing, say you lose one trade, you're down 1%. Guess what? Risk 1% again. You lose that trade again, now you're down 2%. Risk one again. You're gonna do a 1 to 2. At 1 to 2 gets you back to break even. Guess what?
Yeah.
Okay, risk 1% again. It's a numbers game of series until you get over the hump. Once
Yeah.
you're over the hump to break even, you're in profit. You're good. But how do you get there to the finish line? You need to know what your A+ setup look like.
That's clever. I like it. I like it. I was just going to go into from that, just go into like a losing streak. But you've already told me that your worst losing streak was 10 trades. Like how did that affect you, like mentally? If we can just brush over that again, like do you think like about quitting? Was what sort of frame of mind were you in?
I didn't think about quitting because the people around me who I trade with, like Tyler, Ron, Marvin, people around me always trading. So of course I was mad at first, like damn, like what am I doing, in a sense. But at the same time, it was like I kind of laughed about it, and I kind of laughed about it as well. Like I was showing them like, look, this market is cooking me, like, and I was laughing about it, like, and then like this keeping that form of personality. Like I know some people they don't have no type of personality with this kind of stuff. Like have fun with it. Like not
Yeah.
obviously it's not fun losing money, but
No.
like there's more to life than trading. That's what you need to understand too.
Of
Sometimes,
course.
like if you lose a trade, you still gotta take your dog for a walk, or you still gotta
Yeah.
take the trash out. Like you feel what I'm saying? Like you still gotta take care of your grandmother or grandparents. Like yeah, like you still gotta do your daily life regardless. So it's just stuff like that. Like life goes on.
100%, 100%. I agree with just getting out of the house. It's quite easy to get sucked into your computer and start thinking about doing other things like other trades, trying to force it, probably on bad setups. So it's quite important to just jump out, take a break,
Exactly.
come back, just maintain a kind of healthy work-life balance. What would you say is the hardest part of trading, and then go ahead and say the easiest part?
The hardest part is psychology. Like, can you take 4 losses in a row and wait for that one win to get back above the order? Like, can you keep the same risk management all the way through to the end
Yeah,
before you lose havoc? Before you see like like the dawn, essentially.
true.
That's the toughest part. The easiest
True.
part is, you click a button, you make money, and you get a payout. That's the easiest part about it.
Yeah.
Nobody sees the work about it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So we'll go into some fun ones now. So, what is the most unconventional trading tool you've used? Like, kind of weird one that ended up being actually okay for like in terms of an indicator. So, like RSI, whatever. Have you used anything that actually was like, oh, that's going to be crap? And then it turns out you're like, oh, this is actually quite
Yeah.
useful.
Probably the RSI, because the RSI is in the sense where you could find small market divergence on these pairs, right?
Yeah.
So I used to trade divergence back then. when I was retail. When I got rid of RSI and then found out about tomorrow right divergence, it was like, like a Spider-Man moment where you point the finger at each other in a sense. You know what I mean? So that would be my answer. Like, it was kind of like a idea, like,
Yeah, fair. I used to trade diversions when I first jumped in. Actually, I think that was the best of a bad bunch.
I think that was the best out of retail. Knowing when to trade,
Yeah,
that was the
definitely.
best.
So, do you ever look back at your like initial chart drawings and just laugh? Like,
Yeah, I found one time. It was just a bunch of lies in US 30. It's cool to see where you came from. Like, just a
oh
bunch of
yeah,
lies.
100%.
I'm
See
like,
the
oh
growth.
yeah. And I know, and I remember what I said about those lines. I was like, "Oh yeah, US 30 gonna go here, then there." But I don't know real, like, how. Like, how is it gonna go there?
Like, yeah, I've seen this line is just gonna
Yeah, like
pop
it's just gonna
out.
go there. Oh,
I'm gonna connect it all up, and then it's gonna go that way because I've connected it all up. You
bro,
can literally connect anything with a line, anything you want. It's like,
you ask yourself this question, like, why? You will never be able to answer it. It just has to know. Like, it doesn't work.
do you
Yeah.
have any like? So, what's your situation? You wake up, you do you like pre-trade, like 1 hour, like pre-market, like have a little look, 1 hour before, or you like before that, and then you like, what's your situation? Do you have any like rituals, or
So I would say, um, so I only trade the days that really realistically has red folder news.
you
Because
like red folders?
yes, that's what brings volatility to the market. That's what juices it up, brings the
Yeah,
money and everything. More money in the market, more volatility. I don't gotta beat the market as long as as you think. Most people hold their trade along. My trade done in like 2 hours max, probably.
nice. That's good. That's good. So
So
in terms of like a routine, do you get up, have a coffee, have a little look?
so
If there's red folders, you're like, right, I'm switching on, and if there's not, I'm out. See you.
yeah, so I wake up like what 6. I wake up like 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, I wake up like at 6:30, 6:20. I go to the gym 3 times a week. So what happens is if it's on the red folder week, I go to the gym like 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Come back. Red folder usually 8:30. I'll be done by 7:45. I come back home 8 a.m. Um, if I have time, I should take a shower before red folder goes off, and then I look at red folder. Once the red folder goes off, I look at what's in the market. Setup comes. Okay, this is what I'm looking at for the week. And yeah, either I take a trade the same session or I gotta wait till the next session. And yeah, that's my routine.
Cool.
Then
That's cool. That's
yeah,
cool.
like I have a signal strat. Like they know my routine by now. Like nobody questions why. Like I only send like 1 to 2 signals a week. Nobody questions it now anymore. At first, it was a little when you try to build a foundation. People are wondering like, am I gonna get 20 signals a week? I send
Not gonna happen.
really like 1 to 2 like per week, and just last week was I sent one beforehand. I didn't send one for the last 2 weeks, but that one smashed through TP 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, was like 80 pips or something. Like
90 exact. It was 90
it's
pips for
it's
TJ.
better it's better to take those high quality setups because you can trade as much as you want, but if you know that one is probably going to win, then you can just shut off for a week. And yeah, it's a little bit boring, and you sometimes it's frustrating when you're looking and I want to speed things up a little bit, but it's just not going to happen like that. It's just
Exactly. I know some people. I know some people get pressured because they have a signals chat and they have people like paying. But look, I have people who pay only about $20 a month.
$20.
Lifetime it's $100. That's it. Nobody's stressing me out. Like
Yeah,
if I set a setup, I send a setup. I don't. One time I let one person force me in the setup, and it caused a loss. So
yeah,
after
there you go.
never,
There you go.
never again. After that,
Yeah,
it's like I send a setup. I send a setup. Like if I like it, I like it. Like
that's cool. That's a nice way of looking at it. This is an interesting one. What is the funniest or most unusual trading related rumor or myth that you've ever heard? Or what you could put it like, what's one of the dumbest strategies you've ever seen, and where you just knew it obviously wasn't going to work? Like you can say you can count trend lines in that if you want.
I would say I used to have this indicator called the super trend, right? And
Oh yeah.
I was sold on it. It used to tell me when to buy or sell.
So
I used to make money off it. I used to make a lot of money off it. But then when I really learned how how this stuff works, I was like,
no.
It's just giving me a late ass entry. Like I can't do
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I was chatting with Tyler, and I was just chatting to him about the way the market moves on the lunar moon. I heard that one before. I had to
Oh,
laugh.
yeah, that one. That was another one I heard about.
There's a
Back
bunch of people that believe that though on YouTube, and I was like, what is going on?
doesn't
Yeah.
exist.
So
I remember learning about that shit too.
yeah, it does. What?
You
So
imagine it's a full moon, so US 30 dumps. Like, no.
yeah. So yeah, it's not gonna happen. One of my buddies is super smart. He's a good trader. He doesn't trade smart money anymore. But I was teaching him a little bit smart money back in the day, just like last year. He came to me with something absolutely ludicrous. Like he was watching this Aussie guy on YouTube, and he's like, bro, like I need some help with a trading. Do you mind if you like help me? I was like, yeah, I'll, like whatever, I'll take a look. And what are you trading? What strategy are you doing? He's been trading for 7 years, right? So I was like, he's probably knows a decent amount. He just probably needs a little, maybe something. He's like, I don't know what smart money is. I was like, well, you must know smart money is. Everyone knows what smart money is. You know, some people can't do it, some people can. But then he was like, oh, yeah, check this out. And it was one of those ones that he waits 1 month for a trade on the Aussie dollar CAD, and he waits for it to like make this certain shape, which looks like a little bit of an Eiffel Tower. It looks like a liquidity grab, but then it's got to have these. It's basically a shape, and it looks like this, like an Eiffel Tower, like that. And he waits for it to drop over 100 pips, and then he gets in on the third retracement. I was like, dude, what is this? I'm like, this is absurd. I just started laughing. I was like, Pat, mate, you need to like get off this right now. This is so complex. And he had like all these notes. He had books of notes, and he was like, yeah, I've caught it once or twice, but I keep missing them and I'm not doing it right. And I'm like, dude, this is way too complicated. You're making it so much harder than it has to be. I was just like, dude, you need to get off this right now. It was the weirdest time. I'll try and shoot you the video after this, and you'll just be like, what is this? You just start laughing. I was like, wow. But yeah, that was definitely a weird one for me. So if you could go back and give your younger self one piece of trading advice, what would it be?
See it through every time. See it through. Seems painful, seems for nothing, but to see it through, it'll all work out.
Nice. That's good. That's great. Yeah, I feel like set and forget is kind of and then a nice one. Just leave the risk to reward. Don't just let it go. Like just don't start fiddling, because all your results then are going to be inaccurate, because you're like, oh well, I fiddled with that and I put the stop loss up too quick, and then then taps you out, and then you would have won. So it's better to just leave it. I think that's a really nice one. Let's say that, right, you had a bit of a bad week. You lost 2 trades in a week. I know it doesn't happen often with you and
it happens sometimes.
But like, you know, let's say you lost 2 trades in a week, and you thought, right, I was on for a payout from a prop firm, and I was up, you know, $4,000. I was like, right, okay, I risked 1% on each, and now I've only got $2,000. Still got to pay out. It's not quite as much. Like, how would you try to manage your stress, manage your emotions, and not be feeling too sad? Because it is quite tough, and I've been there.
So I would say, what size is the account? The account size was 100K. You're up 4%.
Yeah.
And you're looking to trade more. I'm going to ask you why.
Yeah.
You know, if you're up 4%, why trade? You can take that 4%. You can go buy another challenge. And what's going to help you is when you buy that other challenge, right? Once you get that payout, now when you're waiting for another payout next time in the future, that extra trade you want to take, go take that in your challenge instead.
Nice.
Because now you will never have that fear of, I missed out on money. Okay, if you feel like that, then at least progress in your next challenge. And exactly, like now you want to force a setup for when you're gonna lose more money, because every trade's a risk. 4% is a great payout to take. Take the payout and go trade on the challenge.
Take it. Nice. Would you say that like certain pairs, do you believe that super like risky to trade if you're a beginner? So I know one that springs to mind, but like you, I know you like to trade like Euro USD and GBP USD. Is it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's nice and steady, slow and steady. It's nice. It's just smooth. Everything looks, calm. There's no crazy movements or like structure wise. What would you say is the most dangerous pair to trade for a beginner?
Beginner wise friendly, I would say AUGU. No, AUEU. Sorry, AUEU. Most dangerous trade to start off on gotta be US 30.
Gotta be, isn't it? It's
Um,
gotta be.
US 30 Nas and GJ. With GJ, it's kind of like you gotta really know your concept to down pack to know which direction GJ is going.
Yeah.
Because with GJ, like they could be like a FEG down below, like near to like a 79 on the fib, and you don't think it's gonna come to that FEG. It's gonna come there. It's gonna come there. I for me personally, I'd rather it come all the way down to my last FEG available than taking a earlier one around the 6250 and probably get stopped out. And it's happened to me before. Probably get stopped out. I'm gonna take the lowest one, the last one available. That's like it's a different kind of mindset to trade that pair sometimes.
Yeah, nice. I feel like beginners tend to, like myself back in the day, go to US 30, go towards gold, go towards GJ because they move faster and you want to speed things up. It's just not the way to do it. Just take it nice and slow. Like just I started on when I actually like knew a little bit what I was doing. I started on like New Zealand dollar, US dollars, just really slow and steady. And I think that's the best way forward. You've mentioned that your trading journey involved like self-development, understanding who you are. Can you elaborate on the role of personal growth in your trading success? What are the common mistakes to avoid, would you say?
I would say just a lot of people, like I said before, a lot of people don't have a life outside of this sometimes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, go out to eat, like, go out with your friends. Like, you know what I mean? Don't isolate yourself from your friends. Like have a life outside of this, because if this didn't work, then your life should go as normal. You should still find a job, still do this. Trading's going to work down the line whenever you figure it out. You just can't put a timeline on it. You know, say, oh, I want to do this, all this and that 1 year this year. Well, who knows if you're ready for that this year?
No, 100%.
Maybe you're ready for that in the next 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years.
Takes time.
Are you going to be jobless because you want trading to keep going?
Yeah.
No, like
exactly.
Kind of things people got to consider when they enter this type of industry, because there's nothing wrong with getting a job. Like, there's nothing wrong with it at all. It's tough to make money in.
100%. I think people think it's going to be easy as well because there's all these guys on, Instagram like, hey, I've got a Lamborghini. It's probably rented out. Guess what?
Yeah,
most of them are. What's one specific moment or lesson in your early trading days that significantly shaped your approach to the markets now?
I think really capturing your winning trades, not just capturing your losing one, capture the winning trades. Because what that's going to do is when you refer back to those winning trades you captured of the before and after, you're going to see the picture again because the market is going to repeat itself. 100%. Thus, even if I lost 4 trades in a row, guess what? My confidence is still at 100% because I've seen this picture before and I've seen what happens, and I'm gonna enter it again.
Sometimes it's like overconfidence as well. That definitely hurt me a few years ago. I thought, yeah, mate, I've just won like 7, 8 in a row. I can't lose, and then you just get eaten.
Anytime, like this market can be at any moment. You just don't know.
Yeah,
like, you gotta take every trade as if you lost it already and be ready for any type of losing streak coming.
Yeah. So if someone is just starting out, what would you say is the best thing? If you're just starting out, you're like, right, you're looking to get into it, you know a little bit about it, but what do you think is the best thing they can do in terms of like progress into, and let's get rid of all the bullshit on Instagram and on Facebook and all these fake, gurus and all this fake information and stuff. What do you think is the best pathway? Like one or two little tips.
I would tell them find a mentor that actually has results.
Yeah,
that's actually showing you how to trade, right? Showing you how to trade, not just showing you all the glam. Like a mentor that doesn't post any of that stuff. Those are the ones that actually know the trade. They don't got no watch, nothing like that shown. That's the mentor you need, right? Right. I'm not gonna say myself, so I'm gonna say somebody like Ron, someone who's been a mentor for about the last 3 years or so.
Yeah, he's not flash, is he?
Exactly. So, two, I would say you need to study the a psychology video by Mark Douglas. He really breaks down the series of trades. That's what helped me understand that this stuff is always gonna be a series of trades. Three, and just just take your time. Just take
Yeah,
your time. Like,
there's no rush,
there's no rush.
really.
Like, you're gonna make money when you're gonna make money. I
Yeah,
just enjoy the journey, because the journey never ends. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just because you lost 1 week doesn't mean your journey ends. Like, just keep
yeah,
going.
100%. So, what is your trading philosophy?
It's no risk, no glory,
No
because
risk, no glory. I like
because
that.
you're not gonna, honestly, this trade stuff comes down to risk. But do you have enough money to risk? And without risk, you can't. There's no glory in this at all.
Yeah,
Every trade comes with a risk. You want to make 10K, 100K. Okay, what are you willing to risk to make that? How much time are you willing to risk to get there? You know what I mean? It shouldn't matter how much time,
yeah,
because at the end of the day, you're gonna make more glory than how much risk you made.
yeah,
From the,
exactly.
exactly.
I love that. That's great. Well, yeah, it's been great to have you on with us.
Oh, of course.
Honestly, it's been brilliant. Some of the insights a lot of value in what you've just been chatting to us about. Thanks for joining us on Trading Tales. Stay tuned for more insights and stories from the exciting world of trading in the upcoming weeks. Special thanks for coming on, Abdul. It was a pleasure to have you with us.